I want to congratulate you and We the World on the 20th anniversary of 11 days of global unity. Together, you, me, and we can create a better world and have fun doing it.
Hello, my name is Maureen Edwardson of Inner Resonance Technologies and the author of your magical evolutionary code Unleashed, the science of inner resonance. And I'm here to speak to ONEness for the 11 global days of unity. ONEness. What does it mean we are one? I believe that it means that there is no separation, that we're part of and one with each other and with all that is. If we need proof, scientific proof, David Suzuki, scientist, environmentalist from Vancouver, Canada here, well known internationally, I believe, says that every breath we're breathing, that we're recycled. We're breathing in holographic particles of the whole history of all of creation in every breath. So physically, we are one just by breathing. Indigenous First Nations people say all my relations because they know we're all related to everything, everywhere, all at once. There is no separation. My old friend Yeshua here, he was known for that saying, there is no separation. I and the Father are one, the Father consciousness. Whatever we believe we're part of in that greater field of consciousness, we're part of and one with it all. So, what's all this bit about separation? Well, I guess it's all of that static and all that stuff, all those beliefs, all that stuff that gets piled on and piled on and piled on generationally, incarnationally. So, how do we find ourselves again in that place where everything is, as the Namaste says, the God in me greets the God in you as one. You are another me. So, how do we do this? Well, what if it was simple beyond measure? What if it was ridiculously simple? I had a friend who used to say, complexity is of the mind, simplicity is of the divine. And so here we are in this space that we're breathing each other. We're apparently one with each other. Dr. Bruce Lipton says each of us are a cell in the body of humanity. And environmentalists go one step further to say we're breathing that recycled atmosphere, holographic particles of the whole history of creation in every breath. So, the understanding in computer science is that the more that's programmed into any particular system, the more complexity that's built in grants a simplicity of access on the other side of that. Simplicity equal to the complexity. What's more complex than our brain, our mind, our bodies? Our bodies are a walking miracle. Anyone that knows me and my story of healing my massive heart attack last year in Ibiza with the Holo movement knows proof of that. We each have our own miracle story if we were to stop and reflect. Do you know the principle of pronoia? It's the opposite of paranoia, to give you a clue. And pronoia states that all of life, all of the universe, not only has our back, but is actively conspiring in our favor for our greater good. Wow. So all we need to do is relax, let go, allow that greater, wiser part of ourselves, our quantum superconscious mind that has the big picture, that knows what's no longer relevant, what's no longer necessary, what's mucking up the matrix of our reality, keeping us stuck, keeping us in that misperception, or as Bruce and Steve Behrman say in Spontaneous Evolution, the myth perceptions. How do we clear those? Well, guess what? Simpler than you might think. So let's just have an experience where I take you through a very simple protocol that's designed to wake up that part of you that knows everything, that has access to everything everywhere all at once, and that can simultaneously shift and neutralize all the static, all the resistance that's no longer serving any useful positive purpose. So let's just breathe together, just breathing in. And what are we breathing? We're breathing in each other. We're breathing in the history of the planet, the history of the cosmos. We're breathing in spirit. We're breathing that part of us that is part of the all of everything that is infinite in nature, as are we, based on that inheritance, based on that logic, based on that understanding, based on that greater truth. Breathing in our infinite selves and remembering who we really are as spiritual beings: love, tolerance, patience, compassion, all those aspects and attributes of spiritual beingness. Breathing that in, remembering who we are as individuated expressions of God, tasting chocolate, having an experience. And those of you of faith are invited to invoke, if you will, any spiritual team support in those other realms. Otherwise, know that we're part of and one with it all. And if you're atheist or agnostic, however unlikely you are watching this channel, you never know. It's all science. It's who we are. It's how we're made. And breathing in and remembering our body, breathing into our body and noticing where our body touches the world around us. This is the closest I can get to touching a rainbow. The oneness that connects us all colors. The body gets tired because it wasn't designed to handle all the overwhelm. So we need to wake it up. It gets shut down through trauma and pain, not designed for anything but love and joy. What a concept. So let's switch it on and wake it back up. So 1, 2, 3, I'm going to ask you to say those words with me out loud. Switch on and wake up, body. 1, 2, 3. Switch on and wake up, body. So we've plugged into our greater source. We've got our support team at the ready. We have our vehicle of consciousness, our body, our communication device. It's an instant quantum supercomputer responding to what's in our field, playing it out, like a radio or a TV. Now we're at the keyboard, clearing and deleting all the old programs that no longer are the truth, if they ever were, all the old beliefs, all of the old programs and files with the word pain, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, a lot of financial pain, relationship pain. Everything's connected to everything else. It's all related. Quantum physics calls it entanglement. So addressing all aspects of who you are and addressing all levels of memory that we're part of, wanting everything and all the backlog, all the backup to be cleared and deleted of what's no longer relevant. Even the age of the Kali Yuga, the 1,000-year Indian cycle of darkness and struggle and suffering, is done. A year and a half ago, January 15th, 2024. So let's just give it up. Let's shift perceptions and allow that wiser, higher part of ourselves in that quantum superconscious zone to take care of all the heavy lifting. What a concept. And so now, all those levels of memory include your whole life, right back to birth, all the time in utero, back to conception, beyond that into all of the ancestral memory, all the family trees, having all the deadwood pruned out, no longer necessary to be weighed down underneath the heaviness of history that no longer is relevant to this moment. We're creating something new, right? We're creating the new earth. So let's just use all the old for compost, swoosh it down the river of life. And so here we are now. Ancestral memory, your life, ancestral memory, soul memory, every lifetime, past, present, concurrent, parallel, future, all collapse into this moment of now, which is the only thing that's real. Giving space to choose again in a clear space. And beyond the soul memory is the collective. Remember, we're breathing each other, we're breathing in recycled atmosphere, holographic particles of the whole history of creation. So guess what? We get to clear and clean out all of that history through us, by us, as us. What a concept to be that powerful, that each individual personalized act of healing intentionally shifts the wholeness. Remember, there is no separation. And so next is the galactic memory field, whatever that means for you. And ultimately into that greatest cosmic field of oneness, where the wholeness is waiting for us to contribute our gifts of just shining our light into that place, lighting up the world, lighting up the multiverse with our love, which is the only truth of who we are. Everything is love. And so now, are you choosing to allow all of your multi-dimensional selves to be coherently realigned with the next level, the next expression of your greatest, most magnificent self? Healthy, whole, happy for no reason, joyfully and passionately and abundantly in service with your gifts into the world and the universe at this time of the great shift of the ages. Wow, are we ever blessed to be here? So blessed. And so now, are you choosing to allow all that to unfold in the safest and most appropriate ways for you and all concerned at all times? The answer is yes. Are you choosing greater ease and gentleness beyond the conditioning and program for struggle? Yes. Are you choosing effortless grace for instant and permanent shift of what's ready at this time? Yes, it happens in a twinkle of a quantum instant. There is no time in the quantum superconscious. And as we choose, so above, so below, so within. And are you choosing whatever is not quite ready, not to be disappointed, but to really be curious about, okay, here we go on the journey that we're on, and allowing everything to show up in its own time, in its own way, strengthening us along the path, giving us opportunity to practice our mastery, having a wonderful experience of that. Yes. And are you choosing that part of you that's open to something different being possible in a different way than you may not have ever known about, beyond the programming and the conditioning that we've had? Yes? Cool. So now are you choosing to allow the part of you that's really ready to demonstrate your mastery as a conscious being, commanding your personal universe in new and incremental and exponential ways, to be in charge? The part of you that's the explorer, that's the adventurer in quantum consciousness, which is the truth of who you are, to wake up and activate those other parts of your evolutionary codes? Yes, let's go for the ride. Let's go for a magic carpet ride. Let everything else whoosh away and elevate ourselves into those higher frequencies. There's lots of room. And so, are you choosing now to allow that part of you that knows how to do that beyond your conscious mind? At the conscious level, it's the minimum processor. We would all be enlightened by now, were it up to the conscious level. So we're using our conscious mind to be the choosers to shift up into that quantum superconscious spiritual zone where everything's known, everything's possible, everything's here now, about just letting go, allowing all of that to shift into a new level of harmony and alignment and activation. And so as we press the enter button on that part of us that knows exactly what to do beyond the conscious configurings, beyond the body's need to keep acting out the same old program, now the program's getting deleted and shifted and cleared. So we get to just relax, drift somewhere in our minds, the distraction for the conscious mind, to allow all of that greater intelligence and infinite instant processor of the quantum aspects of ourselves to do all the heavy lifting. What a concept. This is a new paradigm. It's a big announcement. Hear ye now. You have more power than what you ever understood. And you've just woken it up. So as you press that enter button and occupied your mind in a very simple way, even with my blah, 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 everything's already done. Everything's shifted in that quantum twinkle of this instant. And just breathe in and out with that deeper feeling that happens very quickly, very profoundly with inner resonance, IRT, inner resonance technologies. It's just all about allowing the gift of grace be our greater selves, free and clear of what's not ever the truth. Dissolved, resolved, released. Take a breath and feel that fresh air, feel that fresh space, feel that next level of peace. Dare I say peace, inner peace. And as you breathe with awareness of that new level of lightness, perhaps, expansion, perhaps, Feeling good, like Wayne Dyer would have said, good is just God with an extra O. So feeling that God within you as you breathe in and out with awareness of your beautiful heart. Filling it up with all your blessings and what you're grateful for. And choosing a spot to anchor this on your body, you get to program a reactivation switch. How incredible is that? We're on a daily basis. You just get to do a single touch and breath to do that super defrag antiviral program for your entire matrix in that quantum moment of what's ready at that time. So as we choose the spot now, could be tongue, could be finger, could be your heart, your high heart. Your high heart is where all the feelings of elevation, of good, healing, and immune system from your thymus gland. So we're starting a new Valentine's trend. I love you with all my thymus. Think it'll catch on? Maybe. So touching your high heart, touching your tongue, wherever you feel that you can activate your greatest frequency of your greatest self, your freedom, your chemistry of wholeness on a whole new level in that quantum instant of a single breath. Just find that spot now. So now I invite you into 5 deeper breaths. 5 is a new program. So as you're feeling this next level of freedom, this deeper sense of relaxation, perhaps, whatever it is for you, associate it. That's how the brain works. Associate the touch with the feeling. Once again, with your breath, this time with your heart, in and out of your heart center, all filled up with feelings of love and gratitude, appreciation, all of your blessings. And so now I invite you into 5 deeper breaths to program this new reactivation switch. Breathing in your first breath. And as you breathe out, just let your hand and your touch drop. Breathing in your second breath. Breathing out, letting go. Breathing in your third breath, touching, letting go. 2 more times, I think. Breathing in, touching. Breathing out, letting go. Last time, breathing in, touching. And breathing out, letting go. And so why 5, you might ask? The first time the subconscious gets something new and different, goes into what can be called cognitive dissonance. How did that happen? How did I feel so good so fast? I didn't do anything. How long is it going to last? Second and third time, it gets received on the logical and emotional sides. 4th is a greater integration. 4 is a good geometry to build on. And 5 is where everything takes off into a new paradigm, building block of nature, the 5th element that science ascribes to consciousness, the number for positive change. 5 is the number of grace, and IRT, and all of the programs in our inner technologies are designed for quantum effortless grace. So as you feel the God within, I say namaste from my God within to your God within. Peace in the oneness. And blessings, infinite blessings for us all. And do your touch breath every day to keep that circuit activated, to keep your being shinier and shinier, freer and freer, more and more loving, more and more tolerant and allowing everyone on their journey, no matter what, unconditional, allowing. Before sleep, when you wake up, anytime you do that, brings you back here, faster, easier, more completely free on a permanent level. Anytime you get a glimmer, have you heard of glimmers these days? That's when something really fun happens, or something very loving, something wonderful, uplifting, watching everything that is here for you in the 11 days of global unity. Every time, just add that in, add that blessing and that teaching, that oneness, that peace. Add that in. The single touch and a breath, so you're building on the strength of who you are, who we are in that oneness. Thank you for being me.